Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Jonny Fairplay, it is the night before Thanksgiving. And 1 year ago, you were in my town. Wasn't it one? It was just 1 year ago, dude, because I've only been doing the podcast with you since October of 2018. So last year at this time, Jonny and I were in a packed room at Frickers for a Survivor. That's hilarious. Survivor NSFW live event where it was an epic tribal that night when Hot Cop Dan got nullified by Godfather Carl and the room went bananas. And tonight we were not disappointed, Jonny, in an amazing, fun tribal council. And Jonny, who are you with? Introduce our special guest once again for this. I think it's the first time on our actual podcast, correct? Wasn't it a Patreon thing last time?
Yeah, for all the freeloaders, this is my girlfriend Kelly.
Yeah.
So no, the paid. See, you're wondering what you get when you go Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/SurvivorNSFW, you get my girlfriend. I mean, you don't get her. She doesn't come to your house.
Let's clear the air. Yeah. Jonny Fairplay will probably put some sort of tier.
There is a tier
for naked Kelly pictures sooner or later.
Oh no, she'll just come to your house and hang out. I mean, she's a blast. She'll play Call of Duty with you. I know.
Oh hell yeah, okay. That's awesome.
We'll talk Call of Duty later. I promise. Oh, get ready. You want the Blue Chew ad you've been waiting for? Here it comes.
Oh,
later this episode.
So Jonny Fairplay, it's night 27. Gosh, man, I tell you what, this season of Survivor is flying by.
I thought it was going in slow motion.
Well, no. Well, the funny thing is, I agree. It's been a very interesting season to podcast about, right? A lot of crazy things have gone on, but now it's like, wow, it's Thanksgiving and it's night 27 and it's a 39-day game. It's gonna really kind of speed up, and I'm hoping get pretty intense. I mean, tonight, like I said, a lot of crazy things happened, and I want to ask you this, Jonny Fairplay. So, there was, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, we had the whole inappropriate touching incident with Dan and Kelly. That's what I'm saying now. I mean, it was such a huge thing in the Survivor community. You had people quitting doing podcasts. You had people boycotting Survivor. Now, obviously, when I see Kelly in the jury and Dan still in the game, I think about it to a degree, but I'm not dwelling on it. Right now, at this point, Jonny, it's like, you know what? The game is being played, and I'm focusing on what's going on. I'm not crying over spilled milk. I feel bad for all the stuff that's happened for any party involved, but that's done and over, and we're back to the game of Survivor. I did not feel, Jonny, that I was getting a lot of lessons tonight necessarily, as I have been. I mean, I got a lesson that Dean's an idiot.
Yeah, well, I've gotten that lesson the entire season, so that's not new information.
But are you feeling that same way, Jonny?
I'll go one step further. Peek behind the curtain. I may or may not have spoken to or communicated with a couple survivors this week. So because I typically don't, and if I were to, I preface the conversation with, I do not know anything. I do not want to know anything. That doesn't help my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
And that's always been the case. You can ask previous survivors, like I Wendell Holland was sitting in my game room right in front of me. No idea the guy soon to be millionaire. If I had known that, I wouldn't have, grilled him, shrimp and fish. We would have had steaks and he would have watched me eat steak.
Right.
He eats anything now, but at the time he was not. So these people had no idea when all that was going down, that all that was going down. Okay.
So you're saying the cast.
Yeah.
Like all the other people, let's say Elaine and whoever else, when the whole inappropriate touching
I wouldn't single her out.
No, I'm just.
But for instance,
for example,
sure,
there were people on the tribe that really had no clue that it was such a big deal.
Like go back and watch the episode. when they have the big production meeting is, when they're just like, hey, this can't happen, blah, blah, blah. And Janet and Dan are talking. Janet's like, they were talking about you. And he was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
So Dan's even oblivious to this.
Right. I just think
they went out and filmed Survivor and thought they just filmed Survivor. They come back to this shit show and they're just like, what the fuck happened? Like I thought it was on a pretty decent season of Survivor.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, the good news is that we don't have the lingering effects gameplay-wise on the show that we're continuing to watch as fans. Right. So that there is a silver lining to what happened and them not aware.
I mean, do you think that this season, Jonny, can, not have this like,
stink on it?
Yeah, like will this season always be known as the inappropriate touching season and Dan looks like a creep?
Well,
or not? Or
I can tell you this. They are, a lot of the castaways are worried about the finale.
Yeah. Because it's going to be like fucking Caramoan finale, most likely.
It could. I mean, like there's castaways that saying that they're potentially not going. How would
that work, Jonny? Let's just to our listeners, this is where it's cool on the fly stuff conversation because I want to think about this, Jonny. So Survivor Caramoan my season, Brandon Hance was banned from coming to the finale, more or less. Okay, so to not make a big deal about that, they just said only the jury is sitting on the stage. So
first time ever.
I am
the culmination of your experience as a survivor to be on that stage.
And I knew this is the point too. I was like, okay, I know Jeff's not going to talk to me. Like, that's not the point. I wanted to be on stage as closure in my experience of Survivor, to look out at my wife and my loved ones and my friends that were in the audience and say, farewell, this has been awesome, and be a part of it. I was robbed of that, okay, because of a bunch of bullshit. And Jeff Probst tried to make lies about it, saying there is not enough room on the stage for the whole cast this season, which everyone was like, laugh. Karim was throwing a fit in the pre-production kind of beforehand, like, this is utterly bullshit. So here's the thing. If people on the season finale of Island of the Idols decide, fuck CBS, we're not going.
I don't think it's CBS. I mean, like they're getting threatened.
What happens though, Jonny?
Via social media and all that. And I told those survivors, I'm like, hey, it's 2019. They're keyboard cowards that are threatening you. They will never do anything in real life to you.
Right.
And December 20th, they forgot your fucking name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ignore that. My advice to before I get to what, possibilities are, I will, let me give what I gave as my advice.
Yeah.
Go in collectively. Like, you guys experience an adventure that, you weren't aware of all this other you thought it was just a normal season of Survivor. Go in collectively, the friendships, the bonds, the experience that you made, just walk out there and say, hey, there's 80 minutes of this television show that potentially ruined this season. We're not ruining this finale. This is a celebration of everything else. This is a celebration of some amazing characters. This is a celebration of an amazing season in spite of those 80 minutes. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about those characters and the potential to bring those back a second time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
so that's my advice.
Right. No, and I get that. Do you think that at this point, since everyone's like, wow, I didn't realize this was going to be such a big deal. Do you think that right now, on this night in Kelly's apartment and Dan's house, are they texting one another? Do you think there's good blood or bad blood? Do you think that one of those two will not want to be at a finale? Because you're in like a green room before the finale. You're hanging out. You're doing press. You're riding a bus. All this drama. Do you think is too much for these people to handle? Or do you think that they're just gonna, you know what? Let's let the cat out of the bag and tell people how we really feel right now. Like, what do you think?
From everything I'm hearing, the finale comes down to what Kelly decides to make the finale.
And I'm looking forward to talking to you, Johnny Fairplay, off air. Just to hear.
Kelly, what did you? I mean, you know everything that happened with like. So, what do you think going into the finale? If you're one of the survivors, do you just grit it and bear it and just say, "Hey, let's make the most of this," or are you just like, "Well, fuck, if they're gonna make it a fiasco, I'm down for a shit show too."
Well, I love a good shit show, but I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's appropriate to blow it even more out of proportion than it already has been.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of ridiculous to begin with. So, I would say they should probably just move on from that because
I mean, I've moved on.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, it just sucks. I mean, like, there's people that had no clue that any of this were going on, and they're just like, "You're an accessory to a predator." And they're just like, I didn't know. They're like, that makes it even worse.
Dude, I tell you what, I would be so unbelievably pissed and bummed if I was on this season.
I mean, I would be pissed, but I think bummed supersedes the pissed because you're just like, I mean, like, as I said, these castaways I potentially talk. I mean, I don't talk to anyone. They're just like, this was the dream of my fucking life, and it's just been ruined. Yeah. Like the last 3 weeks has been the worst 3 weeks of their lives. And they're just like, so this is my dream come true. So, yeah, but I mean, but go back and look at Angelina. Angelina was smart enough to realize what potentially would happen. Just turn off her fucking social media for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Missed it all.
I know. That's easier said than done. Could you?
I know. I mean, because you're just like, hey, I'm a celebrity. Yeah, I am a fucking celebrity right now. It's just like, well, don't go on social media.
Yeah. And it's like watching a train wreck. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, do you want to see this gnarly photo or something? And you're like, not really, but you look at it anyways, right? It's like
the answer is always yes for me.
Right.
If someone's just like, hey, there's a picture of a naked survivor, I'm just like, dude, fuck, I don't even watch Big Brother. I'll look at a naked picture of a Big Brother.
Well, the game is back in action. Yeah. You know, Karishma, she's happy. She's, has an idol. And Elizabeth is screwed at the beginning of the episode because her number one Missy is gone.
Yeah. Elizabeth said her days sucked hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what also can suck hard, Matt?
Dude. I tell you what, is tonight you're going to be doing this. You're going to be taking a blue chew.
No, I am not.
You're not.
So last night, Kelly comes over. She's playing a little Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to her, I took a blue chew.
Last night. So that's blue chew, like blue, like the color blue, Johnny. And blue chew brings you, Johnny Fairplay and the rest of the world, the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So they work. And Johnny Fairplay, does it work?
You can take them anytime, day or night, full stomach, empty stomach. I took it, midnight? 1 a.m. Call of Duty. She's yelling at people playing Call of Duty. She's being ridiculously mean. So she was accused of saying words she didn't say. She was being so mean.
Oh man!
So fast forward to game. How many games do you think you played last night?
Oh, I don't know.
30?
No.
25. Well, game 23. I snuck that grenade launcher in with a little help from my friends at Blue Chew.
They work twice. They work up to twice as fast as a pill, Johnny, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity rises.
I took it. She started a game, took the Blue Chew, finished the game. You're in the lobby waiting for the next game to start. Game starts. So does Jonny Fairplay.
So, here's the deal, dude. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a discreet package. So no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no awkwardness.
There was no awkwardness last night.
Yeah, and they're made in the USA. And since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Jonny, tell our listeners how they can get free Blue Chew.
I'm doing better than free Blue Chew. I'm giving away #SuperHardDicks. Go to bluechew.com. That's BLUECHEW.com. Use promo code Survivor. Free Blue Chew. Free #SuperHardDicks. Just pay the $5 shipping. Dude, it's the better, faster, safer choice. Well, I don't know if it's safer, but it's better, cheaper, and faster. And holy moly. Thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast, because my life would not be as great as it is without it. I mean, Kelly?
Yeah, I second that.
So what's even better than an endorsement from Jonny Fairplay and myself, but an endorsement from the receiving end of Jonny Fairplay's Super Hard Dick?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
I will not be sending you a picture of my Super Hard Dick via Twitter or Instagram. But if you guys give this a shot, and I know you're out there and you're trying it, all the Survivor NSFW listeners, please send your pictures to at Matt Bischoff on Twitter or at the Matt Bischoff on Instagram. He'd love to see those pics of your Super Hard Dicks.
Oh, yeah. And you go to right now, bluechew.com, BLUECHEW.com, promo code Survivor. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Now, Jonny Fairplay, yes. I just want to say, Dean, we see Dean, tonight. Yeah. Dean the whole night. My thoughts on Dean are still, I don't despise Dean.
He's in that Cole Metters category, I
think. Yeah, he is. I mean, I think Dean's learning more kind of about sort of how the game of Survivor works, even though he's not playing well. But I think he's at least trying, like, okay, I have this legacy advantage, so maybe I think it's actually a real thing. You know what I mean? And I just don't know, what was Dean thinking about doing with, like, he has this legacy advantage that's fake that Jamal gave him. Yes. And then he has ink and stuff to make another one. What was the point? Talk me through that.
We were both confused early. I think Kelly is, I don't think, I'll let you speak for yourself. I don't think Kelly's confused, but I think when it all came down to it, I understand what he's going for, and I think it might work. Okay, so here's my philosophy on it. Kelly has a differing philosophy.
Okay.
So he made the fake one, right?
Yep.
And tonight at Tribal, Dean played the fake one. Okay, so Jeff.
He actually played the fake, like.
Yeah,
not the one he got from Jamal.
The one that he made. He played the fake one tonight.
Okay.
So it was established that it was a version of a legacy advantage, whether real or not, but it was established that is in existence. Okay.
Yes.
He played what they perceived to be that legacy advantage. Okay.
Yep.
So Jeff announced that it's fake.
Yep.
So he can go back potentially the next day and go, I made a fake of the legacy advantage. This is real. Whether they believe that is real or not, you know how crazy your mind could potentially be on a day 31 out there.
Yeah.
So you can convince yourself whatever. So maybe they're convincing themselves it's just like, I thought that legacy advantage might be fake, but maybe it's not. Like that other one was. So I just think it muddies the water a little bit more.
So Dean was smart to do that. He was
I didn't understand what he was doing at first, but then just analyzing it, piecing together, going forward. I think it was the smartest move he had.
Yeah.
And but as I said, I think you muddy the water by Jeff saying this one is fake.
Right. So do you think that Dean has a chance of going to the end? And if he was to go to the end with someone like Karishma and Janet, can Dean win? Could Dean win the game? In a certain, because I'm looking at the players right now, dude. A lot of the, gamers that, Missy and Aaron and different people that like Kelly, a lot of these hardcore strategists are gone, someone like Dean, I don't consider a hardcore strategist per se, but if he goes to the end with a couple people, do you think he has a shot at it? Oh, Jonny, you're
he has a chance.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So, Kelly, what was your perception of the whole fake legacy thing?
I think you guys are giving him a little bit too much credit.
Probably. I mean, like I thought that about myself before tonight's episode. So yeah. So please.
Well, I mean, he seems a little two-dimensional, and I think your whole thing is a little bit three-dimensional. I think he thinks it's real what he has, and he's trying to preserve that by making the fake legacy advantage or whatever. And he played that in hopes to be able to keep his real one. But I don't see it being a thing of
muddying the waters.
Yeah,
and
no, I don't think he's that bright. I mean, he's pretty to look at, but I don't think he's that bright.
Yeah. I really, honestly, when he was doing that, I didn't know what he was doing. So I wanted to hear, Jonny, what your opinion was. So,
yeah, Kelly is probably closer to what was going on, but he could be the beneficiary of my scenario.
Yeah, right on. So we see a boat.
Did he go to Harvard?
Oh my God, he's like Elle Woods.
So what
was that?
Legally Blonde.
He's legally blonde. I imagine he has a little dog. So take a blue chew.
A tiny growler.
So the boat comes tonight, Jonny, and it has to be a unanimous decision of who goes to Island of the Idols and who volunteers Lauren. And Lauren ends up going, and Karishma kind of did. Karishma wanted to, but she did not want to ruffle the feathers and speak up.
Well, she didn't have a choice because it had to be a unanimous decision. Oh wait, you did have a choice. I mean, like I love it when someone says I don't have a voice, but it's just like it clearly states you have a voice.
Yeah, because it said if it's not unanimous, you have to draw a random person.
Yeah.
So she just decided to put her tail between her legs and let her go. So Lauren volunteers, and when
real quick, are we at the point that Karishma's hateable at this point?
Dude, I mean, I'm not a fan. Like, I find no entertainment.
I enjoy her on Twitter. She seems really fun on Twitter, and I'm sure she's great in real life. But as a character on a television show, hate.
Yeah, I'm not into.
I'm not saying that I want to stab her in a subway, and I think that she's an accessory to a predator, or any of the versions that some of you assholes are using as the word hate on 2019 season 39 Survivor.
Right.
I'm saying I don't fucking like her as a TV character. That's it. It ends there. Once again, I would love to go to Applebee's with her if you choose a restaurant other than Applebee's.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't hate her, but I'm like, she's kind of annoys me. Not I don't know. It's hard to say exactly how I feel, but we see Lauren, dude, when Lauren gets to Island of the Idols.
Yes.
She seems legitimately stoked
to see Sandra.
Yes. I mean, you don't think she was stoked to see Boston Rob?
I thought she was legitimately stoked to see Sandra. It was one of those like I don't know. I mean, name two survivors and you like one immensely more than the other. It's just like, oh my God, they're like Brett LaBelle and Chris Hammond. Yeah. Like, they're a pair. It's just like, oh my God, hey, it's Brett LaBelle. And there's Chris.
Right. Well, all I know is a lot of times.
I love you, Chris. He's listening.
Oh, hell yeah. A lot of time was kind of at Island of the Idols, it seemed, tonight. It was a situational awareness.
Oh, I got a better
thing.
analogy. It's like meeting like Rupert and Laura. It's like, oh my God, it's Rupert. Oh, there's your wife, Laura. She was on that show with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I got to meet them at the Softball of the Stars, and I was excited to meet both of them. But yes, with a character, as big as Rupert was, he.
I mean, Boston Rob's a big character, but I mean, I just think, you know, if I were a female, I would probably gravitate more to the female players. I don't know. You're like who are your favorite? Like you're you know who her favorite player was or might still be. I don't know
who.
Boston Rob.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
that makes. Well, here's the thing. My wife, she's always been friends with more dudes than chicks.
Sure.
So, like, I think that if Tessa were to go out there, I think.
But she's not. But she's not a girly girl, and I don't think Kelly's kind of a girly. Like, you know.
See, Kelly, if you went out there, you've watched a lot of Survivor. Would you be more stoked to see Boston Rob or Sandra? Boston Rob. Okay.
Yeah, I could care less about Sandra.
Okay.
What if she had mozzarella sticks?
I think she'd be really excited about that.
So peek behind the curtain, Matt. Like, so Sandra was supposed to come to the premiere party, and she was just like, so, like, can you like give me food and stuff? And I was just like, I was like, what? I was like, I got you guys gift cards. Like, you can get whatever you want. She's like, do they have mozzarella sticks?
Did she say that? I thought she was like getting on you about like how much, you know, the gift card was for, and was that going to cover it all?
I was like, well, yeah, okay. Well, I was just like, you can get some fucking mozzarella sticks. Get over it.
Yeah.
She got, it was like a $200 gift card.
Yeah. Wow. Hell yeah.
I mean, like, how much shit do you like? I mean, you're going to a bar for bar food, like, you know. So right. I mean, we spent ours.
Yeah. Right.
But so better, it's like an ongoing joke now.
Oh yeah, whenever there's like anything ranch or mozzarella stick related.
Oh yeah,
like anything like internet wise, she sends me. She's like, do you think you could let Sandra know about this? Or like, do you think Sandra would be interested? I'm just like,
I love it.
I'd love to know.
so we've learned that she's stoked on Sandra, doesn't care about Boston Rob.
Yeah.
Her challenge is this: you have to predict, Lauren, who will win the next immunity challenge. And
I loved her poker, like I loved her just dragging her feet long enough because, you know, we learned early on, she's like, you should have asked for a better deal because you had no idea to ask for a better deal. So right. I mean, like it's like, go fuck yourself. I mean, like, I literally like my hate for Karishma isn't even calculable compared to my pure hatred of fucking Boston Rob's fucking arrogance and idiocy on this fucking season. So, but just the fact that Lauren has the wherewithal and poker face to drag her feet. I'll up the ante. I'll double the playing field. I'll give you 2 picks.
Like, great. Yeah, and the thing that's cool, man, that I liked is she is really was talking it out and thinking about all scenarios, all sides. Who's going to want to eat?
So great. But honestly, I wrote down right there that entire segment, like her weighing out the options, talking the individual people, and then going back, picking an alliance member, telling him, and then playing the charade of, man, bacon and eggs would be good. Are there carbs and bacon? That entire that standalone segment right there, I felt like I was watching old school Survivor. I was so happy for 11 minutes.
Oh yeah. No, it took a lot of the episode. So the deal is, yes, she's talking it out. Boston Rob lets her pick basically who are the 2 people you think will be the last 2 people standing at this challenge. And there's going to be food to where people can back out of the challenge. And when she gets back from Island of the Idols, she has a pretty good pitch. I think Lauren seems more legit and honest. Like a lot of the other people do that come back from Island of the Idols, you can just see that they're making up shit.
It's just yeah. It's just like remember the shitty thing from that shitty season, Ghost Island. And I think it works to a degree. They're just like, oh, I don't even like to think about. Oh, here's a Ghost Island buff. Speaking of shitty seasons.
Oh, right on.
You know what? That's going out. That's going out on Friday. We got 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you very much, guys. As a result, if you are listening and like to watch us in the future, go to youtube.com/Survivor NSFW, and you can watch the show in addition to listening to it on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you podcast. So, but no, I thought her delivery was great. My takeaway from right before she left to go back to the island was Sandra going, hey, you need to sell the idea of sitting out to the others. And Kelly thinks, she's like, duh. And I'm just like, once again, day 30, like, where is your mind really at? Are you really thinking to sell others on the fact of sitting out? Or is that a great idea from Sandra that maybe you didn't think about? I mean, like, maybe it comes to you, but, I'm just like, hey, like of all the advice being given on the island of the Idols, most of it's fucking dog shit. I thought Sandra gave the most quality advice thus far. Sell those motherfuckers on sitting out.
And she did, man. I mean, Lauren, I think, is smart, well-spoken. I am liking her and Tommy's alliance. I'm liking their gameplay.
He's a little boring.
Well, I know that, but
he's like white toast.
But here's the deal. At least the thing is,
I don't hate the guy.
But what I'm saying is, I like the fact that those two, regardless if he's this over-the-top character, they're strategizing and planning. Oh, no, I know that. But so he's
not even under the top.
He's the only one that Lauren tells the real story to.
Yeah.
So they're super
old school
tight.
Survivor. I mean, like you have some information, you share that with one person, and then like old school. I mean, as I said, I just felt like I wasn't watching the shit I've watched for the last 5 episodes.
Right. I hear you. So we go, dude, to the challenge, and literally everybody but 3 people decide to sit out of the challenge. And I just want to make a statement here, dude. Fuck ever sitting out of a challenge on day 30, dude.
Well, I'm with you, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck Karishma's thoughts that she could potentially win.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, one person should have sat out of that challenge. Karishma.
Yeah.
That's it. Like Karishma should have enjoyed bacon, eggs, and pancakes and orange juice, and no one else.
It didn't even look good, man. Blackstone Beard can make better breakfast than that. It looked like a bunch of shit food, for one. For two, there is no possible way, dude, that I would ever sit out of a challenge. Period.
Hey, my good friend Karishma is used to really shit food from Applebee's.
Yeah, that's true. So, but what do you think? I mean, Kelly, if you're on Survivor and it's day 30, are you sitting out for freaking some generic ass breakfast, or are you? I want to play the challenges and test myself, and I want to confirm that I have immunity potentially. I think it's ignorant. What are your thoughts on it from someone who has not played the game?
I think the biggest question would be: is there mimosas involved?
It was just orange juice, but I think you could sell Jeff. I think you could say, Jeff, you up the ante with mimosas, and you have someone go in with you. He comes back with just like the chocolate and peanut butter. Like where did chocolate and peanut butter come from to get Jen and Heidi naked?
Right. Well, Andrew Bailey is asking a question right now. Why the fuck would anyone sit out of a challenge? Can Matter Johnny explain? I don't know why anyone would. Because I'll tell you why. They're dumb.
I'm not sitting out that challenge day 30.
Hell no. So my thing is, you're not a true
no matter
fan
where,
of the show.
Well, listen, if I'm in the best position ever, alliance-wise, no worries whatsoever. I'm still not, because I'm not fucking tipping my fucking hand that I'm that secure in the fucking game. That's the motherfucker that you send home is just like, that motherfucker's confident. Now's when we fucking strike.
Right. Yeah. I don't get it. I think it's stupid. I know there's fans on this show, but dude, if you're a true fan, like, why would you just, to me, you look like an idiot choosing some shitty food over competing in the challenge. I mean, I don't agree with it.
When Lauren's breaking down the picture, she's just like, Dan's hungry. Dean, he goes out. Like she's breaking it. Like not only does she know why they wouldn't win immunity, she also knows why they would choose the breakfast. Every one of them.
Well, here's the thing. I've never been on Survivor on day 30. It may be so miserable that you would do anything for food. So I haven't been there.
I mean, I enjoyed every reward.
I know, you ate too much, you gained weight.
I would have somehow gotten the breakfast and competed. So
dude,
just the way
the one thing that I found funny, Johnny Fairplay, is like when he unveiled the food, no one made any sort of.
It was so great.
No one said anything.
He was so butthurt.
Oh, dude. No one said, and I'm like, I would have probably at least said, even if I knew what the deal was.
Fake it.
Huh?
You just fake it.
Yeah, I don't understand how it was quiet. That was bizarre. That was like, wow, I never really seen anything like that on Survivor.
Yeah.
So it's Nora, Elizabeth, and Karishma.
No doubt. Well, the best is Nora, Karishma, and Elizabeth, and Lauren already knowing that she has gained a hidden immunity item.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
Before the challenge starts, she's like, "Well,
yeah, oh yeah.
Congratulations to me. I got so
Karishma drops immediately. No spoiler there. We all knew that was going to happen. Nora wins, and after she wins, dude, she continues to hold on to the thing. I guess her point was so Jeff could let them eat more food or something.
Well, yeah. Well, right? they were allowed to eat until the challenge was over. So she was hoping as long as she held it, they could keep eating.
Right.
But once again, did you notice a little something about Nora down there?
No, honestly.
How do you keep missing this?
Because I'm not on camel toe alert, dude.
I feel it's a little above camel toe. I feel like there's some
Kelly. I mean, you guys got to watch the YouTube. Kelly, like, is sitting next to Johnny, horrified over like what we're saying. Like, did he really say camel toe on this podcast?
I just honestly felt like there was some manscaping going on.
Well, I tell you what, dude, manscaping. It might be Movember. I mean, it's no shave November for me all the time. I have a giant beard, as everyone knows, right? However, I've talked about this on the podcast before. I shave my arms, I shave my chest, I shave below. I don't like body hair, right? What grosses me out is when I go to a urinal and I see giant freaking pubes all over the urinal. Who the hell is this guy? So when I used to have a beard that wasn't dreaded, you know what I would do, Johnny? I would pluck like a freaking 16-inch beard hair and lay it on the urinal so the next person that went to the bathroom would see that shit. So no, dude, I tell you what I did, everybody. Manscaped.com hooked Johnny and I up with a lawnmower 2.0 and a bunch of other stuff. I actually have my Manscaped boxers on right now. I said, I want to see how legit this lawnmower 2.0 deal is.
Yeah.
So I freaking didn't shave for a while, and I let some hair grow. And then I said, and I even told you, Johnny, I'm going to do this. Yeah. And bam, I used it. I got no cut on my scrotal saccius.
Yeah.
I got zero taint juice cut open, and it worked. It worked perfect. So
yeah,
Johnny,
did you do it in the shower or just?
No, I did not do it in the shower. But everyone, the
Manscaped.
Waterproof. Yes, the lawnmower 2.0 is waterproof, right? It's designed.
I'm very anti-shaving shearing razors, and even worse than sharing a razor is shaving down there and then shaving your face. I can't imagine anything grosser than shaving your butthole and then shaving your your
Well,
face.
I know that's one time Johnny
Yeah.
got pink eye from doing that very same thing.
You can get pink eye from shaving your butthole. No more pink eye thanks to the good folks at manscaped.com.
So Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology so the trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accidents are a thing of the past. Don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's nasty. Manscaped also has ball deodorant.
They
so
do.
You can smell
And it's
good.
anti-chafing. So like in addition to making it smell better down there, you ever had bat wings?
Oh, dude, chafing sucks.
Yeah. Like when you're I don't know if you're aware of this, Kelly. So when your balls are stuck to the side of your thigh, it's called bat winging. It prevents bat winging.
It prevents it. So right now, dude,
Speaking
you
of
can
bats.
get
Yeah, there's a bat on this episode.
dude,
So
you can get
I have
20
a story, I
you get
told
20% off. Get 20% off and free shipping with code SURVIVOR at
Yes.
manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. Again, 20% off and free shipping with code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com.
Hey, I'd
So-
like to thank the good folks at Manscaped. They offer precision engineered tools for your family jewels.
There you have it. There you have it. Now, Johnny Fairplay, Karishma in this immunity challenge, she drops. Of course.
Seconds.
Yes, she drops in seconds. Nora wins. And basically, when we go to tribal, there's, idols that people have. There's these Dean's fake legacy advantage. And we weren't really disappointed at tribal because a lot of fun stuff went on. Not as fun as last Thanksgiving Eve when we were watching, like I said, Dan and Godfather Carl.
That was too exciting. I thought.
I
like,
did.
If the rest of the season was like this season would not be worse than One World.
So I want to ask you this, Johnny. We see a clip of Nora and Elizabeth going through Karishma's bag.
Yeah.
Right. Now they didn't find anything, and props to Karishma for keeping the idol in her pocket.
Yeah.
Anything goes on Survivor, but man,
I'm anti going through stuff. I mean, like I'm sure I could potentially regret that in my future. Kelly, where are you at on that? Are you cool with going through people's stuff on Survivor or no?
I mean, I probably would. I had to. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I think so.
Just part of the game.
It's crazy and not real cool, but at the same time, dude, there's a lot.
There's $1 million on the line. You don't know these motherfuckers,
right?
Right?
Yep. And if no one's looking, I mean, dude, here's the deal: if I'm tripping out about an idol and I'm playing Survivor, and Karishma's like off somewhere because she's dizzy or whatever,
yeah, I'd
walk over and peek in her thing real quick.
Whoa, hey, what about her bag?
I'd peek in that too. So
if Karishma's listening, this is the first time she's laughed at this episode. What's wrong with Applebee's? Karishma, I do like your Twitter, by the way. So she's funny on Twitter.
Well, that's good. I'm going to.
I mean, not like haha, but
so at tribal, it was a fun tribal because some people want Elizabeth out. This is the time to get Elizabeth out because she could win immunity challenges. Some people want Karishma out, but they're like, Karishma's the type of person, though, that if she's not voted out now, she could make it to the damn end of the game because we've seen that happen.
Oh, what's her name? What's that person that we've never mentioned again that isn't considered that good? Oh, Sandra Diaz-Twine. Yeah. Sandra is playing, or Karishma's playing Sandra's game.
Dude, give me a break. Karishma is Sandra Diaz-Twine. I know half the shit you say is real, half the shit you say is. I know how you really feel, but Sandra Diaz-Twine was entertaining, polarizing, funny, and memorable, and she's a Survivor legend. Karishma will never have the Survivor Legend status ever. And
I
offense,
think,
Karishma.
I think you go back and watch Pro Islands. I think they're pretty comparable.
Have you seen Pearl Islands recently, Kelly, to where it's fresh in your mind, or no? Because I have not.
You watched the first 2 episodes?
I got through like 40 or maybe 75% of the first episode.
Okay, so
I decided I needed to drink more in order to continue after the whole thing about the high school girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just
some of it doesn't hold up.
What's that?
Some of it doesn't hold up.
Right. Well, here we go. We go to this tribal council, dude. Dean ends up playing the fake advantage, and I was looking because Jamal is on the jury.
Kelly's actually hotter than Sierra from Token Chen's Jose Jimenez or
Jimenez, yeah. So we have a lot of stuff going on. Dean plays his fake advantage deal.
Yes.
Then Karishma plays an idol, which was very smart because
very smart for her. And it proved to be very smart.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And then
7 votes against.
Lauren plays an idol.
Which I'm looking at the comments, and I see the comments on social media, and hey, Lauren, I know you're listening to this podcast. Kudos to you, girl. If something's rotten in Denmark, spray some Lysol.
Well, dude, I'm loving Lauren.
But why wouldn't you play that? Like, if you're worried whatsoever,
play it.
Play it.
Yep.
You found that motherfucker once. You can find it again. I mean, they gave it to you, but still, you have the ability to gain an idol. You've done it.
Yep.
Go do it again.
A couple episodes ago, we see Kelly go home with 2. If I'm on a season where I don't know if anyone knew she had the 2 idols, but at this point in the game, if you feel nervous at all, play the idol. Now,
always.
When in doubt, pull it out.
That's right. Right.
And go to bluechew.com, use promo code Survivor, and do something with it.
Yeah. So Karishma, when they read the votes, there was a whole bunch of Karishma, and then there was a Janet and Elizabeth tied 1-1.
Oh! Can I just throw this out? I mean, we're about to wrap up, but I really feel I need to voice this. Yep. So for all the people that are calling Janet an MVP and the greatest player this season, and she's so amazing and all that's great.
Who is Janet?
Well, that's what I would say at the end of this fucking episode. So let's relax with the fucking she's the greatest fucking player in the history of season 39 for a second. She's a fucking goat, and she got a very kind edit during a fucking bad patch. Let's fucking move on to some people that are left playing the game. Okay? Just going there.
So, hey, I hear you, Janet.
I mean, if she's so great, why hasn't she narrated this fucking season? Why isn't she fucking saying shit now? I mean, the killers are gone, and she still ain't talking.
Right. Well, who knows? It'll be interesting to talk to her after the fact to see.
I'm sure she's a great lady.
I'm sure she is too. But I agree with you, dude. So when they do the revote, dude, I knew the smart thing, and it's like they're dumb if they don't vote Elizabeth out.
It saddened my heart. She was getting island hotter each and every week, and I don't know. She had like a blister going on her lip though. So that get that checked out.
You're so fucking funny, dude. Oh God, it's just Johnny Fairplay, king. Oh, king of saying who gets hotter. I mean, who like last season, Johnny, who was it that you had the hots for? The redheaded chick?
Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria. Oh, he's always got a. Well,
it was either Elizabeth or Dean this season. So,
so Elizabeth goes home, and bam, we are getting one step closer
to a goat winning this fucking season. You're right. Yeah, and the goat army has assembled, and anyone that is remotely fucking playing Survivor is getting sent home. You're exactly right, Matt.
It's very interesting, but enjoyable. Like I said, I've moved on from, the drama from a couple weeks ago. It's like, let's see these people play some Survivor.
Yeah.
And man, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Everybody, I want to say that Johnny, I want you to let everyone know the Black Friday Patreon special for people that want to bump up their patron level
or even join Patreon,
or even join. There's a really cool
Yeah.
deal we got going on.
Yeah. So if you become a patron at any level, or starting with certain levels, we do a weekly Q&A. We do a top 10 list. This week for Thanksgiving, we did our top 10 villains. You will be shocked to hear my top 10 list. Or actually, you'll be shocked to hear Matt's top 10 list. You'll be even more shocked to hear my top 10 villains, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both crazy.
Yeah.
We do, as I said, the Q&A, which is our favorite podcast of the week, especially on a season like season 39, where you guys send in the questions. It's really fun. Survivor and non-survivor related stuff. Really cool deal. So we have different tiers. One of the tiers, you can get an autographed poster like the one behind Kelly. It was drawn by Eric the Ice Cream Scooper. But the biggest deal we've ever done in the history of the Patreon for Survivor NSFW, only 6 remaining, and you'll know when it runs out. You won't be able to get it. We only started with 11. You get a Survivor Island of the Idols buff. You get the merged buff or the Vokai buff. You get or Idols poster autographed by me and you, illustrated by Eric the Ice Cream Scooper. You get 10 autographed Survivor pics there's Chris Underwood, there's Stephanie Gonzalez, there's Gavin, there's some old school survivors. You get all that in addition to our exclusive weekly content that you can only find on the Patreon side of things. $55. I mean, shipping alone for each of these is $10. The posters are shipped separately than the other stuff. It's a really awesome deal, only $55, and the best way to support the Survivor NSFW podcast. So go to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW, join the Black Friday tier. Just do that tier for 1 month, and we only have 6 remaining. It's a really cool deal. Awesome stocking stuffers. Throw the poster in one stocking. You got the individual autographed pictures of some of your favorite castaways and others. It's a really cool deal. Really excited to offer it to all the patrons. And then, afterwards, hang out, stick around, keep listening to the Patreon, bump down to the $10 tier, the $5 tier, the $20 tier, all kinds of options. But it's the best way to support the Survivor NSFW podcast. That's patreon.com/Survivor NSFW.
And Jonny Fairplay, I want to also mention one last thing before we go. If you go to JonnyFairplay.com right now, 20% off t-shirts, and you have some new ones that are Elaine approved, the Busted Can of Biscuits.
Two different can of biscuit shirts, 2 different color options. Elaine requested, or no, she couldn't request. It's not allowed. She approved it.
Yeah, right. She digs it. She's a fan. She's a fan.
She loves them. I don't know if she got her phone call yet. I'll have to check. But yes, with every purchase of any t-shirt, you get a phone call from me, Jonny Fairplay. We have the 2 girls yelling. We have the cat response. We have 5 new t-shirts this week, but any of our t-shirts, they're all 20% off. No promo code needed. Go to JonnyFairplay.com. Those are available right now. And the sale ends, 20% off ends December 1st.
Right on. Well, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for, just tuning into our podcast, subscribing to our YouTube, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Survivor NSFW. Cheers. Good night, everybody.
Say bye, Kelly.
Bye.